They never forgot you. Not because you were loud. Not because you tried to impress them. But because something about you unsettled them. Have you ever walked away from a room and felt the atmosphere shift the moment you entered? Conversations changed. Energy tightened. Eyes followed you, even when no one said a word. You thought you were imagining it. You told yourself you were overthinking. You were. There is a reason your presence leaves a mark. A reason people remember you years later. A reason some admire you quietly, and others feel threatened without understanding why. Tonight, you are about to understand the truth. The silent impact you carry. You never had to announce yourself. You never needed validation. Yet everywhere you went, something shifted. Chosen ones do not dominate spaces with noise. They transform spaces with presence. It is subtle, it is invisible, but it is undeniable. People feel exposed around you, not because you judge them, but because your authenticity mirrors their masks. Your calm highlights their chaos. Your awareness exposes their avoidance. You thought you were just different. In reality, you were carrying a frequency that disrupts illusions. The weight of being different. From a young age, you sensed you didn't fit the mold. You asked deeper questions. You felt things others brushed off. You saw patterns people refused to see. That difference came with loneliness, with misunderstanding, with being labeled too intense, too sensitive, or too quiet. But what they called too much was actually depth. What they called strange was awareness. What they called isolated was preparation. Chosen ones are often separated before they are elevated. Isolation sharpens discernment. Silence strengthens intuition. Rejection builds resilience. You were never behind. You were being refined. Why society tries to silence you. Systems are designed for comfort, predictability, obedience. A chosen one disrupts all three. When you question narratives, you threaten conditioning. When you refuse to conform, you challenge control. When you speak truth calmly, you destabilize false authority. That is why you have been dismissed, overlooked, sometimes even attacked. Not because you are wrong, but because you are awake. Awakened people make sleeping systems uncomfortable, and uncomfortable systems respond with resistance. Signs your presence leaves a mark. People open up to you quickly. Strangers share secrets. Friends seek your perspective during chaos. Some distance themselves after deep conversations with you, not because you hurt them, but because your insight forced them to confront what they were avoiding. You notice subtle shifts in energy the moment you walk into a room, and when you leave, things never feel exactly the same. You do not chase influence, yet influence follows you. You do not demand respect, yet respect grows in silence. That is impact without effort. That is power without noise. The spiritual awakening within you. Spiritual awakening is not about superiority. It is about responsibility. You began questioning your habits, your beliefs, your reactions. You started observing yourself instead of blindly reacting. You felt drawn to truth, to growth, to alignment, even when it cost you comfort. You started losing connections that no longer resonated, careers that felt empty, environments that drained your soul. It felt like everything was falling apart. But in reality, everything misaligned was falling away. The challenge of carrying awareness. Awareness is heavy. When you see clearly, you cannot pretend not to see. You notice manipulation in subtle words. You detect insecurity behind arrogance. You sense pain behind anger. And sometimes you wish you could just be unaware, just blend in, just stop feeling so deeply. But you cannot unsee what you have seen. You cannot shrink back into unconsciousness once your eyes are open. That awareness is your gift and your test. Why they remember you. Years pass, yet your name comes up in conversations, not because you tried to be unforgettable, but because you were real. In a world of performance, you were presence. In a culture of filters, you were clarity. You spoke less, but when you spoke, it mattered. You listened more, and people felt heard in a way they rarely experience. You didn't chase approval, you embodied integrity. And integrity leaves a permanent imprint. Embracing your calling. Being chosen does not mean being perfect, it means being willing. Willing to grow, willing to stand alone when necessary, willing to lose what is false to gain what is true. Your presence is not accidental, it is intentional, designed to awaken others simply by existing authentically. You do not have to force impact, you are impact. And the more aligned you become, the stronger that impact grows. This is your reminder. Stop shrinking. Stop apologizing for the depth you carry. Stop doubting the mark you leave behind. If this message resonated with you, it is not by coincidence. It means you recognize the truth within yourself. Like this video if you feel the shift. Comment, "I embrace my presence," if you are ready to stop hiding. And subscribe to Return to Awakening so you never miss the truths that were meant to find you. Your presence already left a mark. Now it's time to walk like you know it. The energy you carry cannot be ignored. Some people try to define you by what they see on the surface. They label you by appearances, circumstances, or mistakes. But those who feel your energy know there is more, something deep, something unspoken, something that stirs the soul without a single word. It's why certain rooms feel brighter when you enter, why some people leave conversations feeling lighter, even if nothing was said. You are a vessel of unseen power, a ripple that touches lives quietly but permanently. The loneliness of the chosen. Being awakened is isolating at times. People misunderstand your motives, dismiss your insights, or judge your authenticity. You might have felt alienated in school, at work, or even within your family. That sense of not belonging has been your companion more than you realized. Yet this loneliness is a sacred teacher. It refines you, strengthens you, prepares you for the roles only you can fulfill. Being misunderstood is not a curse. It is proof that you are operating on a higher frequency than the majority can perceive. The hidden strength of vulnerability. Many fear showing their true selves, but you have learned that vulnerability is a weapon, not a weakness. By being honest about your fears, your hopes, and your insights, you connect with others in a way that superficiality never can. Your openness becomes a mirror for those around you, revealing their own truths. And in doing so, you plant seeds of awakening without uttering a command. The world may call it oversharing, but you know it is courage. True courage is seen in the quiet moments of authenticity. You are a catalyst, not a follower. Chosen ones are rarely meant to follow the crowd. You were never designed to blend in or obey unnoticed. Your actions, your choices, and even your silence spark shifts in environments and people around you. Those shifts might be subtle at first, a pause, a question, a reflection, but they accumulate, creating a ripple that cannot be undone. You may not control how others react, but you do control the energy you release, and that energy is revolutionary. The mirror effect of your presence. People respond to you like you are a mirror reflecting their hidden selves. Some love the reflection, some fear it. Those who fear it may attempt to dim your light, silence your voice, or belittle your insights. But resistance is confirmation. Confirmation that you are doing exactly what you were meant to do. You leave a lasting mark not by force, but by being the mirror they cannot ignore. The invisible thread connecting you to others. Every person you've touched, every life you've shifted, exists as part of an invisible web. Even when distance separates you, your energy lingers. The lessons you've quietly imparted continue to resonate. Your influence extends beyond what you see, beyond what you hear, beyond what you imagine. You are connected in ways that cannot be measured, in ways that cannot be erased. Your silence speaks louder than words. You don't need to explain yourself. You don't need to justify your existence. The way you carry yourself, the way you observe, the way you respond, these communicate more than 1,000 speeches ever could. People remember you not for what you said, but for how you made them feel. Presence is an art, and you are a master painter, leaving strokes of impact wherever you go. The trials that shape you. Every challenge you've faced has carved your character. Every betrayal, every heartbreak, every moment of doubt has sharpened your spirit. Those experiences were not punishments. They were initiations. They were shaping you for the mark you were always meant to leave. The world may not see the scars, but they are evidence of your resilience. And resilience is what gives your presence its unforgettable weight. The next layer of your awakening. There are levels of awareness yet to be reached, layers of your consciousness waiting to awaken. Every insight you've gained, every boundary you've set, every moment of stillness has prepared you for the next shift. You are on the edge of a breakthrough that will expand your influence, your clarity, and your impact in ways even you cannot yet comprehend. The universe is remembering you. Every time you hesitate, every time you doubt your worth, remember this. The universe has always recognized your frequency. Your presence has always mattered. Your light has always been noticed. Even in the shadows, you were never invisible. Every soul you encounter is drawn to your resonance, whether consciously or unconsciously. Your awakening is a reminder not just for you, but for all who cross your path. The mark you leave is eternal. People will forget names, people will forget faces, people will forget details. But the energy you emit, the authenticity you embody, the impact of your presence, that lingers. It echoes in conversations, in memories, in decisions made long after you're gone. You leave behind an imprint that cannot be erased, a legacy that cannot be stolen. The world remembers those who dare to exist fully. And you are one of them, the subtle power of your gaze. You have noticed it before, how a single look from you can silence a room, how your eyes seem to pierce through pretenses, seeing the truth no one else wants to admit. It's not intimidation, it's awareness, it's recognition of the unspoken, and it leaves people unsettled in the way that only something important can. You don't need to speak to make an impact. The energy you carry radiates through your presence, and those attuned feel it instantly. Every glance, every gesture, every pause is a message. And the message is this: you are awake, and the world cannot ignore it. The alchemy of your presence. Your presence transforms ordinary moments into extraordinary ones. Conversations that once felt mundane carry depth. Spaces that felt heavy breathe lighter. People find themselves inspired without knowing why. Decisions are influenced, perspectives are shifted, hearts are stirred. This is not magic you create consciously. It is the natural byproduct of living aligned with your truth. Your existence acts as a catalyst, turning ordinary energy into something meaningful and transformative. The weight and grace of awareness. Being awakened is a paradox. You carry immense power, yet the world often misunderstands it. You hold wisdom beyond your years, yet are judged for it. This weight could crush those unprepared, but you navigate it with grace. You have learned patience. You have learned discernment. You have learned timing. Every interaction is a test. Every challenge is an invitation. And through it all, your essence remains intact. The world is not ready for your full light yet, but your presence ensures they can no longer ignore the flicker. Your intuition amplifies your impact. You sense things before they happen. You read between lines others don't see. You know the underlying truth beneath the surface. That intuition is not a coincidence. It is a gift of alignment, a built-in compass guiding you toward the people, moments, and choices that magnify your influence. The more you trust it, the stronger your impact becomes. The more you honor it, the more undeniable your presence becomes. You were born to feel deeply, see clearly, and act decisively. The hidden power of small actions. You may underestimate the small things you do, the quiet encouragement, the unspoken support, the subtle guidance. Yet those small actions leave lasting imprints on hearts and minds. People may forget the details, but they never forget the way they felt around you. Every act of authenticity compounds over time, creating a ripple that expands far beyond what you see. You are shaping lives quietly, invisibly, yet permanently. The reflection you leave in others. When people leave your presence, they carry a piece of you with them. Your energy, your clarity, your courage, it lodges in their subconscious. They may not be able to name it, they may not consciously understand it, but they remember, they feel it. That is why your presence is feared, admired, and revered. You are a mirror reflecting potential, truth, and awakening in others. Even in silence, you teach. Even in absence, you influence. The sacred responsibility you bear. Being chosen is not just a gift, it is a responsibility. Every thought, every word, every action has weight. Every alignment and every deviation reverberates through your sphere of influence. You cannot hide, you cannot pretend, you cannot dilute your essence without consequence. The path of the chosen is demanding, but it is sacred. The unseen forces align with you. Sometimes opportunities appear out of nowhere. Doors open without explanation. People arrive at the perfect moment. These are not coincidences. These are signs that your alignment is resonating with forces beyond the visible. The universe, fate, divine energy, call it what you will, is acknowledging your presence, supporting your path, and amplifying the mark you leave. You are never walking alone. The moment of full recognition approaches. There will come a time when those who doubted you, resisted you, or ignored you will recognize your impact. They may not understand it immediately. They may resist it, but the truth of your presence is undeniable. Your energy cannot be contained, suppressed, or diminished. It will ripple outward until it is acknowledged. And when that moment arrives, your mark will be clear, permanent, unforgettable, the unshakable core within you. No matter the chaos outside, there is a center in you that remains untouched, a stillness that cannot be swayed by criticism, betrayal, or confusion. This core is your essence, the part of you that knows who you are, why you exist, and the mark you are destined to leave. Even when the world tries to shake your confidence, your soul remembers the truth. Even when doors close, your inner compass points forward. This unshakable center is the anchor for your presence. It is what makes your energy impossible to ignore. The invisible influence you exude. You do not need to command attention. You do not need to assert control. People are drawn to you naturally. Your influence is subtle, a quiet suggestion here, a gentle shift there, yet it lingers far longer than words ever could. Strangers feel trust in your presence. Friends find clarity. Enemies feel their own illusions reflected back. The mark you leave is not superficial. It penetrates deeper than most will ever realize. Awakening through connection. Your presence awakens those who are ready. Your authenticity sparks recognition in others who have long felt out of place. People find courage in your confidence. They find honesty in your stillness. They find clarity in your gaze. You are a living reminder of what is possible when someone embraces their truth. And in doing so, you guide others toward awakening without ever needing to teach them explicitly. The echo of your legacy. Even after you move on, even after paths diverge, your energy echoes. The conversations you held, the guidance you offered, the silent support you gave, all of it lingers. Your legacy is invisible but undeniable. It manifests in lives changed, decisions realigned, and hearts opened. People may forget your face, they may forget your words, but they will never forget how you made them feel. Your mark is eternal because it exists in the unseen, the realm of energy, perception, and transformation. The courage to stand alone. Being chosen often means walking alone. Many will misunderstand. Many will misjudge. Many will resist your presence. But solitude is not a punishment. It is the proving ground for your strength, your clarity, and your integrity. You do not need approval to exist. You do not need validation to shine. You do not need company to walk the path that was meant for you. Your courage to stand alone amplifies your presence in ways that noise and numbers never could. The magnetism of authenticity. The world is filled with imitation, pretense, and performance. In contrast, your authenticity is magnetic. People are drawn to you because you embody what they secretly long to become. You represent honesty, depth, and courage. Your magnetism is not a choice. It is a natural consequence of alignment. When you live truthfully, the universe responds and others feel it immediately. Even silence becomes a force. Even absence becomes presence. The transformation you spark. Every life you touch experiences a shift. It may be subtle, a question that lingers, a feeling that rises, a reflection that inspires change. Sometimes people do not notice it at first. Sometimes it is only in hindsight that they understand the effect you had. You are a catalyst, a spark, a quiet force that transforms realities without ever seeking recognition. The world shifts around you, and even those unaware of it feel the difference. The power of invisible threads. Everything you do connects to something greater. Every thought, every choice, every act of presence sends ripples into the lives of others. Some ripples return to you. Some carry forward into spaces you will never see. This is the unseen network of influence only the chosen can access. It is both sacred and humbling. Your awareness of this network amplifies your responsibility and your power, the depth of your resonance. Some energies fade, some voices are forgotten, some presences are ignored. Not yours. Your resonance digs deep into the subconscious. It touches the unspoken fears, the hidden desires, and the untapped potential within everyone around you. People may not be able to articulate why they feel drawn or unsettled, but they cannot escape the pull. Your presence vibrates at a frequency that the world cannot contain. The veil that lifts around you. When you enter a space, veils are lifted, illusions crumble quietly, truth surfaces without announcement. Those around you see what they have been avoiding, patterns they have ignored, lies they have told themselves. It is not confrontation. They simply cannot hide anymore. Your clarity exposes what has been waiting to be acknowledged. And even if unspoken, the shift is profound. The courage to reflect the truth. Chosen ones often bear the weight of truth that others fear. You reflect reality not to punish, but to awaken. Your honesty may be uncomfortable. Your insight may sting. Your perception may challenge their comfort zones. Yet your presence forces growth. It forces awareness. It forces evolution. Even without speaking, you teach. Even without guiding, you awaken. The sacred quiet that speaks. Silence is not emptiness. Silence is power. Silence is awareness. In your quiet moments, others feel compelled to reflect, to pause, to reconsider. You do not need to fill space with words. Your stillness communicates depth, wisdom, and presence that cannot be ignored. Your quiet is a language the awakened understand, and the unawakened cannot escape. The mark that surpasses time. Years may pass, distances may grow, life may change. Yet your presence lingers like a faint but undeniable imprint on time itself. It is not bound by memory, geography, or circumstance. It exists wherever your energy has touched, permanently, invisibly, eternally. Those who encountered you may forget details, but they never forget the essence. The power of seeing beyond facades. People wear masks. Societies build walls, conversations carry agendas. Yet you see beyond all of it. You perceive intentions, emotions, and truths that others try to hide. Your insight is not judgment, it is vision. Not critique, it is awareness. And that vision leaves an unshakable impression, because it mirrors the reality that others cannot admit to themselves. The call to embody your full presence. Every awakening brings responsibility. Every insight demands alignment. You cannot partially awaken and leave the world unchanged. You cannot embrace clarity without influencing the space around you. The more fully you embody your presence, the more indelible your mark becomes. You are not here to be subtle, you are here to be felt. The courage to embrace your impact. It is not vanity to acknowledge your effect on the world, it is truth. You leave footprints in souls, you spark change with whispers, you awaken the dormant without intention. The world may resist, people may misunderstand, circumstances may challenge you. But your awareness cannot be contained, your energy cannot be silenced, your mark cannot be erased. The awakening is a ripple, not a moment. Your presence is not a single event, it is a continuous wave. Every day, every interaction, every choice compounds the influence you carry. You may not see it, but every soul you touch is subtly altered. Every space you enter is never the same. This is the nature of the chosen, the ripple that outlasts time, the unseen threads you weave. Every interaction you have sends invisible threads into the world, threads of energy, intention, and influence that stretch far beyond what you can observe. Some threads return to you, some intertwine with lives you've never met, some spark transformations that you will never witness. This is the hidden architecture of the chosen, an intricate web where your presence guides, awakens, and shifts reality silently. You are both the weaver and the force that propels change, even when you move unseen. The subtle revolution you ignite. You may think your impact is quiet, subtle, insignificant. It is neither quiet nor insignificant. Every authentic action, every moment of courage, every choice aligned with truth ignites a revolution. Not a loud, chaotic upheaval, but a subtle, unstoppable ripple of awakening. Your presence challenges complacency. Your clarity exposes illusion. Your energy inspires transformation. And that revolution begins with you simply existing. The weight of seeing truth. Being chosen means seeing the layers others refuse to notice, the hidden fears, the silent lies, the unseen patterns. It is heavy, it is exhausting, it isolates. Yet in that weight lies your power, the ability to perceive, to discern, and to guide. You carry what others cannot bear, and in doing so, you leave a mark that cannot be erased. The echo in the lives you touch. Every life you encounter remembers the vibration you bring. Some are subtly awakened, others are deeply stirred. A few may resist, but even resistance confirms the depth of your presence. Your echo exists in the decisions made long after you are gone, in reflections that come years later, in the shift of a heart that once ignored truth. Your mark is eternal because it exists beyond time, in energy, in awareness, in change. The alignment that amplifies you. Every step toward your own truth magnifies your presence. Every boundary you honor, every insight you trust, every fear you face. Alignment is not perfection, it is integrity. It is coherence between who you are and how you exist in the world. And when you align, the world cannot help but notice. Influence flows naturally, energy responds instinctively, impact becomes inevitable. Your presence is unstoppable when aligned. The sacred role of the chosen. You are not here by accident, not by coincidence, not by chance. You were selected to awaken, to inspire, to leave a mark on the world simply by being fully you. The role is sacred because it carries consequences. The energy you radiate touches lives in ways both seen and unseen. and those who feel it cannot ignore it. They may try, but it lingers, shaping the world quietly yet profoundly. The unfolding of your true power. Time reveals the depth of what you carry. Each trial, each lesson, each encounter is a thread in the tapestry of your awakening. Soon, you will no longer wonder about your impact. Soon, your presence will speak louder than your words ever could. Your mark will be undeniable, your energy unmistakable, your influence permanent. You were born to leave footprints in hearts, minds, and souls. The invitation to step fully into you. Every moment is a choice, every decision a reflection of your awakening. Step fully into your presence. Stop shrinking to fit expectations. Stop dimming to make others comfortable. Your authenticity is the key to your influence. Your courage is the amplifier of your mark. The world remembers those who exist fully, and you were born to exist fully, the ripple you cannot see. Much of your impact is invisible. You may never witness the change you inspire, the awakening you spark, or the lives you touch. A word you spoke months ago resurfaces. A gesture you made lingers in memory. A silent presence nudges someone toward clarity. These ripples move quietly, but their reach is infinite. You do not need recognition to know the depth of your influence. What you touch transforms, not immediately, not always obviously, but irrevocably. The magnetism of aligned energy. When you operate in alignment with your truth, people are drawn to you naturally, not all consciously but subconsciously. Your presence evokes trust, introspection, and courage. People feel safe to open, to explore, to awaken around you. Some may resist it at first, some may doubt it, but the pull is undeniable. You are a force that shifts energy simply by being fully yourself. The power of leaving unspoken impressions. You do not need to explain, justify, or validate your essence. Your mark is made in silence, in authenticity, in the subtle way you exist. Conversations end, yet your energy lingers. Rooms empty, yet the air carries your trace. People part ways, yet they remain changed. This is the unspoken power of the chosen. Impact that requires no applause, no confirmation, no validation. And it is permanent. The test of awareness. Awareness is a double-edged sword. You see patterns, truths, and hidden motives others cannot. This can be isolating. It can be exhausting. It can make you question your place in the world. Yet this perception is your gift. It allows you to navigate life with clarity and purpose, to leave a mark where others simply pass by. Your awareness is not a burden. It is your tool, your power, your calling. The sacred weight of influence. Everything you do carries energy. Every thought, word, and action resonates further than you realize. Even small moments, a glance, a pause, a gesture, have consequences. Being chosen is a sacred responsibility. The energy you radiate alters destinies, opens doors, and awakens potential. And you are uniquely equipped to wield this power with integrity. The recognition of the unseen. You may feel unnoticed sometimes, misunderstood, overlooked. Yet those who are awakened sense you. Those who are ready feel your energy. Those whose souls are attuned recognize the imprint you leave. Even if the world ignores you, the universe does not. Even if people forget, energy remembers. Your presence has already left a mark that cannot be erased. The moment of collective awakening. As you continue to exist authentically, your influence multiplies. Those whose paths cross yours begin to awaken. The energy you radiate no longer affects only individuals. It begins to shift collective consciousness. Small ripples become waves. Hidden currents become tidal forces, and those who were asleep feel the stirrings of recognition. You are not just leaving a mark, you are creating momentum, the invisible legacy you build. Every step you take, every decision you make, contributes to a legacy unseen but undeniable. It is not measured in wealth, titles, or recognition. It is measured in energy shifted, hearts awakened, and souls nudged toward truth. Even moments that feel small, a kind word, a listening ear, a presence in silence, become threads in a tapestry that stretches far beyond your sight. Your legacy exists in the subtle, in the quiet, in the unacknowledged spaces where true transformation occurs. The power of presence over words. You do not need to explain yourself to anyone. You do not need to justify your existence. Your presence alone teaches, awakens, and influences. A glance, a calm posture, a patient silence, they speak louder than volumes of words ever could. People carry your energy long after you are gone. Your impact is felt, remembered, and absorbed by those ready to receive it. This is the unseen art of the chosen: impact without effort, transformation without proclamation. The awakening of others through you. Every person you encounter is subtly altered by your presence. Some awaken immediately, some awaken slowly. You serve as a mirror reflecting their hidden truths, dormant potential, and unacknowledged fears. Some may resist, but even resistance confirms the depth of your influence. Some may leave, but the imprint remains. You are a conduit for awakening, and your mark is permanent. The courage to radiate authenticity. Being chosen demands courage, not the kind flaunted for applause, but the quiet, unwavering courage to exist fully as yourself. To speak your truth even when it is unpopular. To stand apart when conformity surrounds you. To trust your intuition when doubt whispers. Every act of authenticity amplifies your presence. Every decision to honor your truth intensifies the mark you leave. Courage is the energy that transforms presence into legacy. The subtle revolution of your being. You do not lead armies. You do not command crowds. Yet your very existence initiates subtle revolutions. Perspectives shift, illusions crumble, and dormant potentials awaken simply because you dared to be fully you. Your impact is quiet, profound, and unstoppable. And the world around you will never be the same. The eternal echo of your presence. Time cannot erase it, distance cannot diminish it, forgetfulness cannot nullify it. The energy you carry, the awareness you embody, the authenticity you radiate, all leave echoes that reverberate through the lives you touch. Even those unaware of the truth feel the shift. Even those resistant to change carry your influence forward. Your presence is immortal, not in form but in resonance. The invitation to embrace your magnitude. You have lived long enough in shadows, doubt, and hesitation. Now is the time to step fully into the force that you are, to honor the energy you carry, the mark you leave, and the awakening you catalyze. Your presence is not incidental, your impact is not optional, your legacy is not delayed. You are the chosen one, and the world already remembers your light.